Okay. Everything good? Yes, okay, everything is fine. Hey, what up everybody? Now, I am indeed at the Meridia black hole as per normal. And I see we still don't have any orders, so it's all good. Let me see. Yeah, this seems about right. Okay. Let's go stare into the abyss, shall we? Now, this is the best part about this. You know, when I have a chat and chill session, I can literally just chill here and have a good time. What's up, Reptile Man? Alright. Got no orders, so let's talk. Amsterdam is sick in a good way, lol. Stockholm, many distractions there. Sounds like Stockholm Syndrome. And Brian Bird, let's see. Curious what we think of the black hole. To me, it's just a nice bit of ASMR. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's beautiful ASMR. Alright? But anyway, I am 95% certain that nothing is certain, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. They could play it like we sent the Terminates to the Illuminate or something like that. Meh. First time commenter, huh? Forest Flow Lyric. What up? Welcome. Hell Spoon. Well, there is a lot of difference between a black hole and a wormhole. That is actually factual. Wormholes lead to another dimension. A black hole does not. So we shall see. Come, give us an info dump since we're not doing anything important anyway, Mick. Yes, you can hear space whales. Don't they sound lovely? I hear the space whales. Hey, what up, Raymond? Welcome everybody. It's a lovely morning chat session. How's everybody doing? I hope your work days are not boring. I hope your work days are somewhat interesting, at least, or filled with nerdiness. Maybe they are filled with nerdiness, maybe they're not. As for me, I'm actually gonna charge my phone here and chill. Yeah, space whales are soothing. You see, everybody loves the space whales, alright? You know, it's time to enjoy the space whales all. Yep. Listening to space whales on Helldivers. I thought of the perfect tweet now. There we go. Today's workday is boring as fuck. Well, hopefully it'll get better for you. Hey, Lord J. Welcome back. You're finally back and your brother is married. Here's a thumb for him. Today off, Spoon, I see. Good. Now you can go do something you enjoy. Well, yes, wormholes are a shortcut between 2 points, but what is to say that they are not another dimension? No, they must be another dimension. Well, Brian, I'm glad you love the D&D style lore, but I will say it straight. It's been way too slow at many points. And yes, while I love the idea, Joel has no experience as a DM because we lost way too many orders and lost way too many players. So, although I do love the lore and the story, it's had a lot of rough patches and they really need to improve. I'm just going to be very straight and frank about that. They seriously need to improve their storytelling. Now they've got this Meridia thing done. Okay, good. What's the next step? It's taking way too long to come up with something. If you're gonna do this, You know, you gotta be a full-time DM. That means that Saturdays and Sundays are you planning your next bit of the campaign, not making people wait for the next order. What's the meta against space whales? We'll see when we actually fight them. Can't give you a meta without data, right? Of course it's a black hole. It's the Meridia black hole. We just created it. And don't worry, after this stream, you'll have the ASMR of this black hole. I have a 1-hour video of nothing but this ASMR. What's up, Red Shadow? The hot fix by popular demand was BS. Lol. Well, of course it was. Hey Yuri, of course, congratulations to me, right? Made a big black hole. Now I can play egg and banana. Of course it does, Brian. Story doesn't matter. I'll tell you one thing. Anyone can make a story. And I can make the most beautiful stories in history so long as I'm paid. But I'm not being paid. Why? Why are we not paid? Because quite frankly, the biggest downside to this whole thing, and the biggest thing that irritates me with this stupid thing, is why are they not panicking like the rest of us are? Because quite frankly, they've built this entire war to be on a galactic scale. So they had some success and now they're scaling it all the way back to what they thought before. That's not smart. That's not wise. That's not a decision I would have made. What's the thing about this black hole? Do you play the game, Gauthier? Because if you don't, well, you know, you wouldn't know, would you? So I have to ask, do you play the game? Anti-stupid material rifle, lol. Oh, you can think that. You can think that. Well, if you play the game, then I'm sure you know the event that just happened that created the black hole, buddy. Did you not participate in the major order? Oh, casual. So you don't participate in the major order. Hey guys, we got a reg here. Got one of them casual players. Nah, well, the recent major order was to destroy Meridia, so we destroyed it. There you go. There's a black hole now. True. True. And you know what? That really sucks, Roland. Okay, well, Reptile Man, you are a weirdo. Don't talk to me. The Japanese light novel series The Legend of the Legendary Heroes, which started originally as a long D&D session in Japan. Lol. Welcome back, Gozu. Well, because, you see, Meridia was probably just convenient for their storytelling, and Hellmire is ass. They're obviously going to keep that planet because it is ass, just like they keep Menkent. Although, you know, we did have a Menkent line that was literally like a picket fence, and then all the automatons just walked around it. Menken was just a line in the sand. They do make for many spicy memes, but how many times can you watch the same meme video? You know, that's my thing, Brian. How many times can you watch the same meme videos? You know, when the game first came out, yeah, sure, it was fun having a bajillion meme videos of, oh my god, this is so crazy, oh my god, we died here, oh my god, and I'm still seeing the same style of meme videos 3 months later. That's not very good. You know? They've got a long way to go, storytelling wise. Let me tell you, you know what I would have done? You know what I would have done if I was here? Yeah, well, they're very slow on the storyline, Trazix. And of course, with the money being gone, it's very boring to even stream this, but either way, at least there's space whale sounds to listen to. But the point is, right, what I would have done was that as soon as this black hole appeared, I would have launched an attack on the automaton side. I would have like done a gigantic amount of defense missions or something like that. Very, very low hit points, but I would have like created a transition order, because I think that what they do right now is that they're very underprepared. Like they seem to have this timeline. So like, okay, people are gonna finish the order around here, and then they'll release the next bit of the order. But when you're playing D&D, you've got to be adaptable with changes. You've got to have it in your mind that if your players finish something early, what are you going to give them? You know? What are you going to give them? And the fact is, they haven't given us anything. If they want to do a bot order next, sure. But you know what? I would have literally just started people off with defenses immediately. Hey, did my ship just shake? That was a little weird. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's wrong though. I swear my ship just shook a little bit. Well, for now it's a black hole. It's not a wormhole. It could be a wormhole. You never know. Illuminate could come through, but we'll have to see. Well, they did say that they're going to update this month, Brian. They said that they're going to update on the second week of June. Now, it may come with a war bond. It may not. I'm betting that it doesn't, but we'll see. All right. And if it is going to come with a war bond, it better be the best damn war bond we've ever seen. Because if it's not the best war bond in history, you know, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck ass. They do struggle to balance casual play schedule versus gamer play schedule, but at this rate they're gonna lose both. You see, you'll never ever lose the hardcore players, except if you don't give them stuff to do. But you are gonna lose the casual players by constant nerfs. So, it better be the best update, Gozu. But like I said, we shall see. Yuri, don't give them ideas. Adjudicator, but concussive, like for real. Okay, now let me die for a while I apply my lip balm. The lip balm is great, but always chokes me. Okay. Back to saluting the hole. I'm keeping an eye on things in case it starts shaking. I don't think it will, but I'll keep an eye on things. Can you also not give them terrible ideas? Like, what is this purifier but concussive? If I tell you if the next war bond has a concussive weapon in it, I am blaming you guys, all right?
I need you to let me touch it. Touch it? I have to do it very gingerly.
Huh. I'm not touching it gingerly. Hey, Phil. Roland, guys. Can you not be degenerates for like 5 freaking seconds? What would I like to see in the next war bond? I'll tell you what I'd like to see in the next war bond. 3 weapons. Each of them must be distinct. I don't care what they are categorized as. Every weapon needs to feel distinct, and it needs to feel absolutely good. It needs to feel like the best weapon in history. Okay, that's what it needs to be. All right? And every single armor has to be unique. Every armor has to have its own perk. But it can be a set of 3, light, medium, heavy, each with a unique perk that is not seen before. That would be okay. The grenade needs to be the most OP grenade ever. And for the secondary, you know what? A sawn-off shotgun, I'll take that. But personally, every weapon needs to be distinct and every weapon needs to be absolutely perfect. The armors with distinct perks are a necessity. They've recycled the same shit. Every warbond needs to follow a formula. 3 perfect new weapons. Every armor set needs to be... Well, every armor needs to be light, medium, heavy with a unique perk that is never seen before. Yeah, fire resistant would be great. I don't really think we need acid resistance because they could solve that by, I don't know, making bow spears do less damage, which they should have done in the first place. So if they introduce yet another engineering set, it's gonna be trash. It's gonna be so trash. The purifier is bad though. Like, sure, you can end up with more kills than the senator, but why would I use that when the plasma punisher just outclasses it completely? You see, I'm all for trying to be positive, Brian, but we should never give false information to people, especially on a channel like this. And the one thing that I'll say straight is that the purifier is ass. It is so bad at doing anything that you will literally be a liability to your team. When they advertised the purifier, they showed it killing a scout strider from the front. Oh, you ended up with more kills with your revolver. Fair enough. Well, that makes sense, but the purifier is still ass, like I said. Key point is, they have made a weapon that is the worst weapon in the history of weapons. And they advertised it, if you look at the actual advertisement video, as killing a scout strider from the front. How is that supposed to work? Because I don't understand how that works at all. You don't advertise something and then walk it back in actual game data. You know, that's as bad as a mobile game ad, where you show the mobile game character doing something and then after that, when you actually get into game, it cannot do that. Not unless you buy like, I don't know, $5,000 worth of gacha to upgrade it to a 5-star or something like that. I don't believe so, Roland. And if they made the video under those circumstances, they've got a lot to answer for because the Warbond was released way after the fact. I would never accept that as an excuse. I wouldn't say doubled. See, Brian Bird, I don't want these weapons to be viable anymore. I am irritated because they seem to have this conservative concept in their whole studio. I disagree with that. If they want the players to come back, I want every gun to be Destiny 2 level of power. I'm being serious. I literally want a senator that is so powerful it'll shoot through multiple enemies with one single shot. But wait, robot, we're supposed to be soldiers. Nah. Shut the fuck up with that shit. If we want this game to be great, if we want this game to be competitive as a strong live service game, alright, I will tell you now. Dear Arrowhead, if any of your devs ever come to a stream like mine, I know they won't, but if they ever come to a stream like mine, I will say this straight. You try it. 1 month, my methodology. Make every gun the most overpowered piece of shit you've ever seen. Give them effects. Give them effects. Shameless copy? This game is already a shameless parody of Starship Troopers and a lot of other stuff, so why not? Turn the Senator into a fucking Sunshot. Turn the Verdict into Ace of Spades or something like that. You do that. Maybe the Verdict, right? If you kill an enemy with a headshot, they explode. And the Senator can be a slightly more powerful version of that to be distinct. The Senator, any enemy that you kill explodes. Doesn't have to always be a headshot. Add that in. Watch how the game picks up. Everybody will literally be running around trying to do all secondary challenges just for that. If everything is OP, everything would be balanced. And guess what? Everybody would be having a lot more fun. If you give us Destiny 2 levels of powerful with every weapon, make every weapon distinct, people are gonna have a lot of fun. Let's make every AR distinct right now. Think of it this way. The Liberator, your most basic rifle. What if the Liberator, by default, its special trait is ricochet? That means that when you're firing the Liberator, right, the bullets will ricochet and deal only to enemies, but automatic aiming ricochets that will deal 50% to your enemies. The bullets will follow the same trajectory as the arc, but, you know, it'll ricochet to only one target. It'll make it a lot more fun. Then, you can make the next AR distinct. The Tenderizer, give it the micro missile ammunition. But the micro missile fires automatically along with your regular rifle shots. So give it the same stat line as the Liberator, but every few shots it'll fire off a micro missile. Why not? No ricochet to allies. The Liberator, call it smart ricochet. It only ricochets to enemies. You see, you got to throw people a bone here. Then the Adjudicator. The Adjudicator can have a completely different perk. What if we made it so that the Adjudicator's perk was something like heavy penetration? Make it a really slow firing rifle. 1, 1, 1, 1. But every single shot has the maximum penetration in the game. Don't have to give it a lot of damage. It can keep its current damage, but allow it to go through targets and have maximum penetration, just for shits and giggles. It would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun. Like, every weapon can be made distinct. Give it a unique trait. If every weapon has a unique trait, then it doesn't matter what the stat lines are, you'll be playing the weapons for the unique traits. There's a lot you can do with that, you know? To be honest, Yuri, Darktide is pretty awesome in terms of weapons and kits. Like, a lot of the weapons do feel distinct and unique. Like, for example, the plasma gun. And speaking of which, since the plasma gun is a thing, the Purifier could have been a plasma gun in the first place. You could have charged it up and fired it through a target and given it, like, depending on how long you charge it, it consumes more ammo, but it blasts through more targets. Like, why isn't that a thing? You know? If freaking Darktide can think of that, surely these guys can too. Hey, Noel, been a while since I seen ya. How you doing? Well, Ben, listen. If you prefer the current configuration and you're having a lot of fun, that's good. That's good, except that player numbers are dropping like hell. So we're not whining. Alright, we're not whining. We just don't want the player count to keep dropping. And you know what's the #1 reason everyone dropped off? They don't have fun with the weapons. You might be having fun, and I'm glad. I'm glad you are. But you're gonna be one of the 10,000 people that remains. When everyone's left, when everyone's gone. A lot of streamers are already at the critical point where they'll stop making money with this thing, and once they stop making money, then there's no content for you to consume. Sure. Hey, you can have the fun just like Darktide, buddy. You can be just like Darktide and have 4,000 players to play with, and then on Reddit you can wonder, hey, how come no one plays this game? It's awesome. I'm having a lot of fun. You're having fun, but not a lot of people are. So we're not whining. And calling us whiners is also very, very uncool. Because guess what? We're not whining. We're trying to think to help this game. Because we want to see it at the 400,000 players. So just play and have fun. How do you have fun when there's nothing to have fun with? We're Super Earth Elite. We can kick the ass of anything with anything. On Helldive, we literally do random roulette runs for fun. That's how we're generating fun for ourselves, because there's nothing else to do. People are silently leaving and never coming back, at least Brian gets it. So Mr. Ben Jenkins, I hope you have a plan here. What's your plan to recover 200,000 players? Or are you one of those that wants to see this game at 2,000 players and be like, yeah, I'm part of that exclusive club, guys? You do realize that this is supposed to be a galactic war. We ain't exactly fighting a galactic war when we're losing soldiers every day. And Noel work? Damn, buddy. Well, at least you got time today, right? Now you can stare into the black hole with us and enjoy the chatter. I would love to see the laser cannon that the bots have on towers. Well, you're welcome to your opinion, but I disagree with that because new weapons and stratagems and missions, that's great. New weapons that feel the same, not great. Polar Patriots added nothing to the game, so even if you add new weapons, you're not adding actual weapons to the game. You're literally just adding... Look, let's be real here. Let's be real here, okay? I respect your opinion, Mr. Ben Jenkins, but let's be real here, okay? They didn't add a new weapon to the game. They added a Liberator with less recoil. Compare. Ta-da! What new weapons did they add to the game? You answer me. What new weapon did they add to the game? They added a Liberator, exact same damage, exact same stat line, lower fire rate, lower capacity, 5 less recoil. That's what they added to the game. This is not a new weapon. I don't mind new weapons. Yes, new weapons are great, but the weapons have to be distinct. The weapons have to feel overpowered. The weapons have to feel good in the hands of the users. Do you understand that if they don't sell war bonds, you get no content either? You're not going to get stratagems. You're not going to get new missions. You're not going to get a cool storyline like this because all that costs money. So they need to sell war bonds to have ongoing transactional prices. This is not good. This is why we're saying we're not whiners. We're not stupid. Most of the people playing these games actually have degrees in business, science. The people actually playing this game and actually supporting with dollars are people who are working every single day, and I'm pretty sure they're not stupid. That's why they can understand that this is bad. This is literally the dumbest way of doing content in the game. You don't ever create mid-new weapons. You don't ever create good stuff by being afraid to make it overpowered. When you have things that are overpowered, people indulge in their power fantasy. Is it a bit worse for the hardcore players? Yes. But at the same time, the casuals are the ones paying the bills. The casuals are the ones that will actually be supporting the game long term. It's okay, Phil. I'm sure you'll get your money's worth eventually. But they need to understand that at the end of the day, they cannot cater to the players who are hardcore. And as much as I respect your opinion, I have to say, Mr. Ben, here's the thing. The players who are having fun now will still be having fun with everything being overpowered. They will still be playing this game because they are the hardcore population. The hardcore population will always play this game no matter what. They'll never leave. And that's why I've told multiple businesses that I've worked with. Some have implemented this successfully, some have not. Some who have not are Darktide. Their player count has never gone beyond their hardcore base. If you were to take a look at their player count right now, no matter what Darktide does, no matter what events they run in their game, their player count never evolves. Their player count is always stuck in the same tired mold. Sometimes they go up above 5,000, then they come back down. They go back up, then they come back down. Because all that's left is the hardcore player base. That's why it never account for the hardcore player base. Nobody should think about the hardcore player base. Of course they have Chicken 9. Everyone's left because of this. The guns suck ass. The hardcore players, you don't have to care about them. You need to screw over, and look, this sucks to say, but I'm gonna tell you this is business. You gotta screw over the hardcore players as much as possible. You must always make the hardcore players feel unloved and undervalued. Why? Because they'll never leave you anyway. They're like people caught in an abusive relationship with you. They're never gonna leave the game. So don't care about them. Who's gonna leave the game? The people with standards. The people who have a lot of other games vying for their dollars and cents. The people who are literally working every day and they come home and they want to play 2-3 hours. You're competing for those 2-3 hours with all the other games they have in their library. No, hardcore players are just players that will never leave the game. They may not necessarily be whales. Whales are different. Whales are very, very different, but whales are more for gacha games. Like, we don't talk about whales here because you can't really whale in a game like this. Either way, this is not a game that caters to whales. So let's put the word whale out of the discussion because it's not you know, effective. And the new patch will be the second week of this month. No effective date, Noel. No effective date. Diablo 4, the only time Diablo 4 was able to recover players at all, Yuri, you know, was this season, season 4, where they catered to only the casuals. Because the hardcore players and their Diablo partners are under contract to play the game anyway. They're not going to leave, so who cares about them? Who cares about the hardcore players? They only care, now they're focusing on the casuals. And they're winning. I'm sorry to say, Diablo 4 has recovered players. They're winning. This season, everyone's praising it because they're like, oh my god, it's fun. I can just load it up and play.
New super chat received.
I don't think it's a defeatist attitude, BVS. I do have to say that. I don't think he's being a defeatist, but rather he loves the game. And I understand his love for the game. And players will always drop off. It is actually true. That's not an untrue statement. So fair is fair. That's not an untrue statement. But the player drop off that we've seen is an insane drop off, which should never have happened. The game did not grow after launch. I also have to say that that is untrue. The game was actually trending downward after launch, and that should be the way for all games. But I did not expect it to trend down as heavily as it did. I expected it to settle around, say, 200, 300,000 players on Steam, roughly, at first. But then they repeatedly nerfed fun, nerf fun, nerf fun, nerf fun, and that's how they got to this state. They nerfed the game so hard that nobody's having fun anymore. And that's why everybody left the game. That's why everybody dropped. The update's coming next week. The update's coming next week, due. They've already stated it will be happening next week instead. I don't want to see more and longer duration tower defense missions. That would probably not be a good idea. Lol, you play Honkai Star Rail? Yeah, fair enough. Everybody's got their own taste. Yep. I don't think that it's, and well, I don't think it's that they don't want to support Sony. Cows drums, to be honest, the Sony thing is separate. And quite frankly, most people have already disassociated Helldivers 2 from Sony. As much as they want to, they're trying to forget that this is ever related to Sony. So I feel that the Sony thing is not as big of a factor as people think. It is a factor, don't get me wrong, it is. But it's not as big of a factor. What was the main factor was the nerfing of fun, because if you look at the Helldivers charts, way before the Sony thing happened, all the way back in 7th of April, we had a peak of 333,000 players. Guess what? That was Democratic Detonation release day. And there you go, downward from there. Because Democratic Detonation saw the nerf of the Slugger, the Arc Thrower. Well, I don't think they're going to release it this week. They seem to be adopting the Darktide approach now. They're taking the time to cook these patches. You want to know how it worked out for Darktide? It was a massive failure for Darktide. That's the problem. So if Arrowhead is taking tips from Fat Shark, I hope they don't, because yeah, very bad idea. Once they nerfed the railgun, you were out. I'm impressed that you're still consuming content like mine, though. But fair enough. Fair enough. That I can agree with, Brian. I, too, try to avoid supporting Sony, but if it's a good game, I will still play it. But I'll try to avoid anything Sony related where I can. All the guns do have the same feeling. That's kind of the problem. The guns all feel exactly the same. They just feel bad to use. They don't feel like distinct, separate weapons. They just feel like the same gun with a different skin. Or maybe a slightly different sound. No. This is what I'm trying to say. We need every gun to feel distinct. We need every gun to feel like the most overpowered thing in the game. Why? Because I will tell you this much. When you do that, you need to give casuals a reason to hop on and try a different weapon. They've got a bunch of games out there, and you know what? Casual players also, don't forget, you're not just competing with future games or current games, you're competing with games that released in the past as well. A lot of casual players will just say, you know what, I need a break. Let me go play some Dragon Age Inquisition for like 2 hours. Let me go play some Mass Effect. I know BVS loves Mass Effect. Let me go play some Mass Effect for 3 hours. People will do that. And because people will do that, you know, the fact of the matter is you can't really compete. You can't really compete with everything that's all out there. Am I gonna play or just talk? D504 family, I don't know if you are capable of reading, but in case you are not capable of reading, do you see that there is a title to the stream? Now the title says chat and chill, waiting for major orders. Okay, so I know that reading can be a difficult thing, but you know, if it would help if you read the title. Yeah, there you go. They better have some good content coming, because if that's not happening next week, it's gonna be sad as balls. And look, you know, Roland is right, Rubber Cable. Talking to the community like pals is not really a smart thing. Either way, you know, Arrowhead being shy on communication, they burned themselves. They burned themselves. I don't know. I cannot compare to Helldivers 1 since I never played it, Bioxide. How I wish, Miklos, how I wish. I tell you, if the next patch contains any nerf at all, even if it's only one single nerf, Arrowhead had better be very scared. Even if it's the smallest nerf in history, like a tiny thing like, oh, we just adjusted this damage by 1 downward, people will just throw a table. People right now are so mad that they will literally look for any excuse to throw the table at Arrowhead. And I'm just going to be very frank about that. They are going to throw the table at Arrowhead. And right now, all their media and stuff is like trying to say like, oh, you know, players are praising the black hole. They're praising this, praising that. Are you sure? I see people, you know, dropping off instead of praising this shit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Do I have faith in the next patch? I think that they may do well if they've been taking this long to cook, but I do have to admit that I'm also extremely frustrated because for me it was a simple solution. They were very quick to nerf a lot of things. Their nerf decisions were snap like that. It feels like their buff decisions are taking 10 years. They do, oh heck. Live service games are like that, except that live service games generally will have players jumping between good games that are of a similar nature. Right now, there isn't anything else like Helldivers in the market, so they don't really have a lot of stuff to jump to. And more importantly, Helldivers is mostly just shooting themselves in the foot. So yeah. The problem is also the attitude that they're taking, kind of like what Gozu just brought up. One of the biggest problems is that like the community CMs are gonna be like, hey, it's not that big of a patch, you know, it's like, don't call it the mother of all patches, don't expect it to be this. Why shouldn't we? We have literally, you know, we have literally had a situation whereby everyone expects the next patch to be the biggest thing. You can't control expectations by saying it's not going to be the mother of all patches. It better be. We've waited 6 weeks for this, you know? And Raj, what do I think of the player ego problem? It's not a player ego problem, that's a dev ego problem. I feel that, and I've told this to multiple games that I've worked with, but my issue is that, honest to God, we should be balancing, any weapon balancing only should be based on difficulty 9. Difficulty 9 is the only thing that should be balanced. I'm unsure about that, Viper VC. You'd have to dig through the statistics yourself. And yes, they are light treason. Yes, they are. The block has not been reversed. Now, coming back to the point, you know, the thing is that it's not player ego. It is literally dev ego. And this has happened in other games. Again, Darktide. Why would you balance for difficulty 3? Darktide did this balancing for this one ability called Assail. It was an extremely powerful ability at low levels. Once you got up to Damnation, you would run out of Assail shards so fast that you couldn't wipe out anything at all. This was the issue. This was the big issue that happened with Darktide. A lot of players left when the game was doing really well because they were like, why are you nerfing fun? Assail is fun and is what literally gets people through the lower end content. If the player wants to play lower end content and feel like a god, that's a them problem. But then you nerfed an ability without taking into account how it performs at so their version of Helldive is called Auric Damnation, which is the most intense level of like games. And it was crazy because when you got there, my builds all showed that this ability was balanced, but it went from balanced to unusable. And basically anyone trying to use it would literally be considered dumb as nails because why would you bother? And exactly, I think that's the same thing. So we, right now, Halstead at least has said that they are going to try and get the devs to play the game themselves. And if they cannot beat Diff 9, then they need to be playing Diff 9 only. And every balancing adjustment needs to be based solely on difficulty 9. I hope so, Noel. I'd be very sad if there's no new order. It's true, Savvy Gamer. People have not forgotten how the devs call people brain dead for only applying one strategy, but you know what? That's fun. Because when you have an OP weapon, that's what it's supposed to feel like. You grab that weapon, and you have fun with it. You know, you go around blasting and having fun. That's what you're supposed to do. But this was not the case. This was not the case at all. I know, right? Obvious weak spot. The head was not a weak spot, it's got heavy armor. The legs were a weak spot because the legs seemed like they had lower armor, you know? And even now, FYI, the whole obvious weak spot rubbish has been proven untrue because if you use a flamethrower on the leg of the charger, it dies faster than if you flame the head. You can literally flame any leg on a charger and it will die faster than if you flame the head. Level 9 is where every weapon should be balanced out. Every weapon needs to feel like if I just use nothing but this weapon, I can get through Diff 9. That people might say that's overpowered, that's so silly, that's stupid, that's wrong. That's not wrong. That's how games work. You want the casual players to be able to hop on to this game, pick up any weapon, go on to Helldive difficulty, and be able to run it with their weapon of choice. With just their weapon of choice. Yes, some might be more challenging than others, but you can adjust for that with the unique traits of each weapon. That's kind of the thing, Michael. And then tomorrow, see, this is the issue. If all weapons were balanced, nobody would grab one weapon. Everybody would say, today I want to play with this weapon, tomorrow I want to play with this other weapon. Warframe did that right. Warframe did that right. I think it's both as well, Phil. And listen, Jose, if you enjoyed that, that's good. It won't be viable, you know, and it's a bad choice, but you have fun with it, go for it. You know, as long as you're not compromising your team or not taking that into a serious game, fair enough. You want to mess around with that, that's okay. Now, if you took that into a hell dive difficulty, I would call you a troll, because then the whole other team is going to have to compensate for your choice, which is not always good. And I would never want to screw over somebody else's gaming experience if I'm playing with a rando by forcing something like that. But if you like it, you know, and you're just messing around by yourself, that's okay. And that's totally okay, and that's legit, because you paid for the game. You can play it the way you want, as long as you're not affecting anybody else negatively, you know. And I think that that's okay. You haven't heard anything about a war bond this month? I don't think there should be a war bond this month. In my opinion, they should not be having a war bond this month. The incendiary breaker is decent, and I would be very worried if they were to touch it. Like I said, any kind of nerf, even the smallest nerf this month, would be received very badly. A single nerf this month would be probably one of the worst experiences ever. I reckon. That to me would just be a negative. A major, major negative. And if they were to nerf anything, then it would probably be pretty bad. Yep. That is sad, but unfortunately true, Mr. Yuri. Now, I do have to say, though, that the players did actually come back for the Black Hole event, which was cool. They did actually come back to play the Black Hole event, which was not bad. Like, I can respect that because, you know, that's okay. But will they stay? I don't know. We'll have to see what the next order is. I hope that if they do make a new Warbond Terrio, they will understand one thing. Every gun needs to be distinct. Every armor needs to be distinct. And when they do that and make it actually worth our time to buy, they will see success for their game. If they do not make things worth our time, then they will not see success for the game. Hey, got some new eggs. Nice. Hang on, let me sell my eggs. I already have a sun egg, so I'm gonna sell this. There we go. Nerfing the ragdoll effect might be nice. Ben, the thing is, right, casual players can hop on and have fun level 5 to 7. That's the argument used by a lot of people, but they're not gonna do that.
Detected.
And every gamer wants to advance themselves. So once you hit a wall, or once you create a wall in gaming, I will tell you straight up that players will leave, and that's not what we want. Gaming should be without limits, right? Gaming should be free. So if gaming is freedom, then the big thing that you need to understand is that, again, not trying to counter all your points, but I'm just gonna say it straight. Again, we have to cater to the casuals, and the casuals are going to want to be able to hit difficulty 9. Hey Ninja, what's up? They're going to want to be able to hit difficulty 9, hop on with any weapon and have fun. That's what the casual expects to do. This is no different in any other game. But you know what? When Destiny 2 in their latest season catered to the casuals, they literally received such a buff in player numbers because people were hopping on. They allowed people to use some of the old sunset weapons, you know, stuff like that. They basically allowed people to do whatever the hell they want. And you know what? They had fun with that. Quite frankly, and Diablo 4 did the same thing this season. Again, it's extremely important. This is extremely important because you need to cater to the casuals. Once you cater to the casuals, you know, every game ends up doing better in the long run. That means more fun for us. And why must difficulty 9 be the only extreme difficulty? Do you know that they can always do something different? You can always do something different with that. you can actually create layers of difficulty. Do you know that other successful games have done exactly that? Maybe the main game is difficulty 1 to 9. Then they've got something else separate for the hardcore people. In fact, Dark Tide actually did this one thing well. They created something called Maelstrom difficulty, which is the same as Damnation, stat-wise, for the enemies, same stats and armor, but when you do a Maelstrom run, there are a lot of special modifiers and effects, and Maelstroms are completely optional. That is the difference. Although, recently their stupid penance update made Maelstroms mandatory, which is even worse, so I don't know where they're going with that. So they had a good thing and then they completely terminated it. The fact is that when you make something a part of the game, a part of the main game, and not something completely optional for the hardcores only, then that's when you have problems and you have to balance around it. Right now, difficulty 9 is a part of the main game. It's not considered optional, and therefore they will have to balance around it. They will have to balance around it. And Mick, you are a casual because you never unlocked Diff 9. Pfft, weak. There, on that point, Stonesy, I have to say that, you know, difficulty 9 is not enough. Only for you, James PH. Hardcore players, you are not welcome here. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, when it comes to level restrictions, I disagree with that, because when it comes to level restrictions, the big problem is that you may turn players away. Again, it's the idea of creating a wall. And I think we must avoid creating walls as much as possible. Hey, no problem, Crixus. No problem at all. And 9 is optional, James C. You've unlocked everything playing on level 7. I disagree with that thoroughly. Because sure, you can think of it that way, but most players will not. The casual player wants to be able to just bowl through and hit level 9. Because it's kind of like, there's the idea that that is an achievement. By the way, now that you're here, Crixus, I can send you that Discord invite. Well, I can send you the Discord friend request. The invite will be tomorrow, but there you go. Same time, we can also do Kenny. There we go. Well, Vladimir, there are very few people who can do that. So, I thank you for the theory. But we all know that that's not possible. Maybe 1 or 2 people could do that, but that's not what the casuals can do. And 7s are easy enough indeed. Once you have a decent level of skill, it's okay, you know? It is, Jeremy, but it depends on the attitude of the player as well. Because, yeah, sure, it can build community, but that's only if it's not a frustrating thing to do so. And creating a high-level player only works if you communicate with them and they are positively communicating with you. Now, I cannot do that because obviously on stream somebody says something wrong, that's my career and my income gone. I disagree thoroughly, James. Helldive should never be impossible to run. Helldive should be so brain-dead easy that anyone can hop on for 2 hours and do it. Why? Because again, like I'll say, hardcore players don't matter. The people that find Helldive too easy right now don't matter because they're still going to be playing this game. If this game wants to succeed as a business, they need to, and look, this is just business, so I'm just going to say it straight, they need to screw over people like James. Because people who say Helldive is too easy are not their target audience, you know? And that is the fact of the matter. That is the fact of the matter. They need to screw over the hardcore players completely because the hardcore players will never leave. They'll still be here. They will still be here. Well, what do you count as a casual player in your opinion, Ben? Because regularly doing 7 is fine. But the thing is, players want to do more. Players want to do more. And I agree that that was the intention, oh heck. I'm not countering the intention. I'm countering the fact that whatever you intend doesn't matter. You do realize this. You can tell your customers, you know, I intended for this to be done in this way. Your customers are still gonna do it wrong. How many times have you seen it on the internet? A product has a literally, right? Literally like description there that says that, okay, you're supposed to use this product as follows, only do this, 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 this. Most people will not read the instructions. This is the issue. This is the issue. Whatever you intend for your product doesn't matter. What you intend for your product doesn't matter. It is only how the players receive it. And Roland's point is actually correct. And that's what I've been trying to explain to you guys this entire time. Hardcore players practically have Stockholm Syndrome. They'll whine and complain and they'll say all sorts of things. Like they'll say that, oh no, it's player ego. Oh no, it's this and that. Not trying to make fun of you, Ben, I'm just saying. They'll say all sorts of things. See you later, Track. Have a good day at work. They'll say all sorts of things. But at the end of the day, you know what's the big problem? The hardcore players will still be here, but the casual players won't. They will look away and they won't look back once they move on from a game. Then what you will be left with, is exactly what Darktide is left with. They have the same player count. Whoa. You guys see that? Heard something, hold on. I swear I heard or saw something. Maybe I'm going crazy. I swear I heard or saw something. Huh. I heard a sound, but I was too quick to see it. Maybe I'll catch it again soon. That don't matter. No, not the player timeout. I heard something else. But yeah, okay, maybe it could have been a timeout. Because I've never heard the timeout thing. But yeah, fair enough. Could be that. Damn. And here I thought it was an actual update. Okay, I guess we're gonna talk some more. So, coming back to what I was saying just before that. Darktide, as well as their game that is like, what, 8-9 years? I can't even remember where Vermintide 2 came out. But they literally have the same player base right now. Vermintide 2, with its new free update, has about 4,700 players. Darktide is about 5,000-ish players. So like they have roughly the same player population count, and the players who love that game, the hardcores, go between those two games. They literally just go between their two games and they'll never leave. It's the same 4,000 to 5,000 players playing both games. That is what will happen to Helldivers. And that's what I don't want. That is what is happening to Helldivers, and that is what I don't want. Because what we're going to end up with is the same 6,000 players who are going to be playing Helldivers 2 and Helldivers 1. Actually, in fact, Helldivers 1 doesn't even have any players. I think it has like, what, 1,000? Let me just check quickly. Sorry about that. Not even that. It's got 336. Whoa, it's got less players than Payday 3. Damn. Even Payday 3 climbing up. Actually, hey, Payday 3, how many does he have now? Ooh, Payday 3 is finally going up toward 1,000. Whew. They're doing their highest numbers since launch. That's pretty impressive for them. But yes, the big problem is that Vermintide, Darktide, they've got roughly the same number of players. I don't want Helldivers 2 to end up like Helldivers 1. I certainly don't want Helldivers 2 to end up anything like those games. And the only way to avoid it ending up like those games is to cater to the people who will leave and not come back. It is unfortunate. I understand. In a perfect world, you know, every gamer would be hardcore and take things as intended. Difficulty 9 is just optional for the best of the best. Difficulty 7 is for, like, you know, normal players. Oh man, I remember them too, Yuri. They were horrifying. You know, in a perfect world, the hardcore point of view would be the correct one. And indeed, it actually should be the correct one. I do not disagree. Take note. I may give y'all shit, but I do not disagree. Technically speaking, the hardcore players are correct. And they should be correct. Oh, but business and circumstance proves otherwise. Business and circumstance will tell you that that is not the case for a very good reason. The money comes not from the hardcores. The money does not come from the hardcores unless they are obsessed with your game and the microtransactions presented by your game, which some are. No, the money comes from the casuals. For this game, the hardcore players are able to farm thousands of super credits. I remember one guy telling me he was sitting on a pile. I never saw him again after like 4 weeks, but he was sitting on a pile of like, what, 6,000 super credits or something? Dude farmed so many super credits for what? He literally left the game and never came back. You know? That's kind of the issue. That is kind of the issue. We are not generating enough interest from new players. And we're also bleeding casuals because this game is not catering to casuals. It's not catering to their power fantasy. It's not catering to what they want. Yep. I think that Helldivers 2 did open up a lot of eyes when it comes to how to work on a live service genre, and they did good. You know, I think that they were just caught up in the moment. They were caught up in the moment and then they screwed themselves over. To me, that's what they did to themselves. And there is no way of resolving that, you know? It's unfortunate, but that is what they did to themselves. They burned themselves out because they let Alexis's ego get too big. Alexis's ego was the one that screwed us over. It was not player ego. And you know what? I will never understand the mentality of blaming a fellow player. When a child does something bad, do you scold the child or do you scold the parents for not teaching them? I would scold the parents. Maybe because I'm Chinese, but I would scold the parents. Because what did you teach your kid? You know? Helldivers 2 at launch was a fun game to play. But then, the devs and the community managers all made fun of the community. They acted exactly like how I expected a lot of hardcore players to act. They echoed the same sentiments that the hardcore players are still echoing now. Again, no offense to you guys, but I've heard the same sentiments since we started the game. Oh no, you know, we're supposed to be soldiers. We're supposed to, you know, suffer and things like that. No, we're not. Nobody finds fun in that. Should you try out Helldivers 2 right now? Up to you, PDR. You can watch some of my gameplay streams. Look for ones that don't say chatting. You can check out the streams from the last 3 days. Go see those and then decide for yourself. My personal thought is that I would recommend it because it is fun for a while, but we are currently waiting to see whether or not there'll be positive changes for the game. Well, Internet Explorer, if they are following that, then okay, sure. Then they better adjust their entire galactic war to cater for what they expect their player base to be, because they're gonna lose some more. So if they're not gonna cater to casuals, good. They better be prepared to cut salaries and lose money. I wish them well. It was L after L, Trazix. That was kind of the big thing. Too many L's. So sure, they can have whatever philosophy they want, and their hardcore players will support them. Their hardcore players will still be here. The rest of us will leave. I have the First Descendant coming up. We've got Space Marine 2 coming in September. I am honestly at the point in my life where I'm just waiting for this game to tide me over for maybe June. If this game can tide me over until my next game, then I'm gone. You know? And I feel sorry for the people that only subscribe or only watch me for Helldivers. I would hope many of my members will follow me to other games as well, because we plan on moving. If things keep going badly, but yeah. A game for everyone is a game for no one is bullshit. And I'll tell you that mentality is bullshit. Gaming is freedom. Gaming is for everybody. So, quite frankly, I don't give a damn about that kind of philosophy. I don't play single player games to roll attack unless sponsored. So if somebody were to like sponsor me and say like, hey, I'll pay you your hourly rate to play Elden Ring, I'd say sure. But otherwise, no. I do not play single player games. I only play live service. Why? Because live service has a future, and it's very difficult to get into single player games and do well unless you are the best damn player in history, or unless you can make the game look so good. I am very aware of my own skills on games like Souls-like, so unless somebody was going to pay me to play, I'm not going to play. Because I will be wasting my time. Unlike Arrowhead, I actually take care of my own business. And I have a very business-oriented mentality. That is to say, I will do what makes me money. So, a game for everybody, I think that those can exist. And the most successful games have been games for everybody. Because look at what's happening this year in 2024. Every game that I've seen that launched with their own ideas, Diablo 4 that launched last year, they've walked it all back. They've literally gone, okay, you know what? Maybe we recognize the fact that, you know, trying to turn this into Path of Exile, maybe not the smartest idea.
New super chat received.
Thank you, Crixus. Appreciate that. You know, maybe they freaking realized that it was a bad idea because, quite frankly, it seems to me like they have walked it back and said, hey, you know what? Now we're going to cater to casuals. Season 4, and they're doing well. Maybe not as well as when they first launched, but they're doing way better. And that's already a positive sign, you know? First Descendant for Nexon, a company that's obsessed with monetization. They actually walked back some of the changes that we pointed out during the technical test. And I'm very impressed with them because they're thinking long term. Destiny 2 walked a lot back, but of course, like, you know, it will bring some players back, but definitely for them, the big problem for them is the price. Stonesy, I'm not a coder. If I was, I would accept that, but I'm not a coder. I'm just a content creator. So yeah. Well, there you go, Internet Exploder. There you go. And Diablo 4 launch was early access. I actually disagree. Diablo 4 in Season 0 was doing really well, but their Season 1 big patch nerfed everything, which was the dumbest idea, and then everybody left. Their game died faster than anything I've ever seen. Destiny 2 is far too expensive to play. Well, Tario, you want to know what upcoming games you should keep an eye on? The First Descendant. There, I'm an actual official content creator. I'm one of the official content creators, so look forward to that. I'll be making a lot of content for that. Season 2 of Last Epoch, where I'm also an official creator, is looking good. Space Marine 2 is looking very good. Not an official creator for that one, but that game is looking very, very solid. And I think it's going to kill Helldivers 2 because, as far as I know, they are thinking of a live service component to Space Marine 2. So they already have the PvP side, they already have the PvE side, so there's that. Concord? No way, Savage Raccoon, no way. No. I will not touch Concord with a 10-foot pole. First of all, it's associated with Sony. And second of all, no. No. Anything associated with Sony, instant black mark. Instant black mark. Well, Cool Gamer Z, I hope they, you know, I hope that they listen. They've done a very good job on the black hole, but they need to do more. And hero shooters, unfortunately, are no good. He's kind of right. Hero shooters are not the thing anymore. Overwatch 2, look at what has happened to Overwatch 2 and Overwatch League after all this time. You can't.
Air drive calibration complete.
Oh, they're just calibrating a drive. Okay, so here's the thing, right? You know, hero shooters are a dead genre, and I don't understand why some companies are still trying to come up with a hero shooter. Because if Overwatch 2 is stuck in its rut that it cannot seem to overcome, what makes them think that another one will be successful? They're hoping that it'll be a smash hit. It's not. What would I think of dark fluid weapons? Very interesting. I wouldn't mind as long as they were OP as shit. The idea, like I said, is to make everything OP as shit. Because if we have OP stuff, people will come back. People will come back, play around with it, have fun with it, and they'll switch over to the next OP thing. And if everything feels OP, then today I can play this weapon, tomorrow I can play that weapon, next day I play another weapon. That's what we want. Sure, Rena, when you pay me to stream it, I will. Absolutely, okay? You got my salary ready? I'm ready, bro. Anytime, bro. 100% ready, bro. No. You can't pass the sponsorship to somebody else, bro. Not at the moment, no. I'm only waiting for the first descendant. By the way, hey Arcane. I saw you back there. You want to come into the chatting circle? But yeah, we're all waiting for first descendant, because that's going to be free to play, so. They finally did something right with the black hole event, except that there's no follow-up. It is currently 11:18 p.m. and there still is no major order. What is this? I'm very happy for the event, but Helldivers is practically a game now that we just play for the major orders. That's all we're doing. And if there's no major order, then what am I supposed to do with my time? The answer is nothing. So, I'm confused. They have created a game that is solely based around major orders. And now we're waiting for the next major order. In between, I open up banana and I click and see whether or not I get a new banana. No banana is okay. Well, Savvy, I hope not, because if they have nerfs in the next patch, it's gonna be very stupid. You're not wrong, King Tutu Tattoo, lol. The workday is technically done for them, yeah. Hence, no major order. So that's why I'm just gonna sit here and chat with you guys, because nothing else is coming, right? So I'ma just chill. But yes, everybody's been feeling scammed over the last 2 war bonds, so you're not wrong. There isn't a lot of excitement going on because it feels like, hey, they released these war bonds and they suck. Mr. Peter Pecana, okay, you're welcome to go do that. Don't involve us with that shit. You want to play Helldivers 1? Go ahead, okay? I let you go do that. I'll give you a thumbs up. Here's your thumb. Okay, enjoy Helldivers 1. And listen, okay, although it's a game about collecting eggs, the egg collection happens automatically. You can actually just leave the game running. And you'll just collect eggs every hour. So I don't even have to click on it. I just like seeing what eggs I get. No patch tomorrow? Nope. They've said second week of June. Unless tomorrow's the second week of June, then maybe. Very true, Savvy Gamer, very true. So, yeah, we're gonna have to kind of deal with that. Also, I just realized I'm out of lozenges, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some lozenges. Haha. Now I got my lozenges back. If my ship gets stuck into a black hole while I'm gone, I'm gonna be very upset, guys. Well, you can hope, Noel. Oh god, you guys are being degenerates while I'm gone. Okay, I'm gonna cut out that part of the conversation. And Noel, you're right. Hopium hopes. Let's hope for hopium. Very true, Nightshade. I agree. At least my ship didn't get sucked into the warp. Anyway, they need a Warhammer 40k crossover with Abaddon coming out of this black hole. You can hope the Illuminate come through. Your expectations are so low, you're expecting a breaker incendiary nerf? Bros. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? It doesn't have to be like that. Oh my god, I just realized I can pop out chat. I forgot I could do this. Yeah, this is so much better. Now I can, like, talk to you guys, but, like, with a better window. Oh, shit. Come on. There we are. Let me move the window here. Oh my god, this is so much easier to see now. You like Dark Crusade? I guess it was alright. Lol, Brian, I hope that's the case, man. And we are not curbing our expectations at all, Nightshade. Not for real. Not in any capacity at all. No. And dude, if Warhammer ships start coming out of this hole, Roland, I'll make videos saying that Helldivers 2 is so back. I want to be here when a freaking alien ship comes out of that hole. I'm telling you. we should have all sorts of super destroyers just hanging out here, waiting to see what comes out, you know? And Alpac, look, they need to do that, because if the new premium warbonds power creep, at least their game will be going in the right direction. Their game is not going in the right direction right now. Power fantasy and power creep are not things to fear. They are things you must accept and, in fact, encourage. Why? How do you make money? Get the casuals to buy the next warbond. Is that scummy? No. That's how it works. Thanks, Cuzzo. But yeah, that's how it works. I don't care what moralistic ideal you subscribe to. The only thing to fear is the dwindling player base. They will have way more people, other than what, 10 hardcore people leaving because the next warbond is a power creep? No. Make every new warbond OP. Make the fear of missing out real. And you know what'll happen? Everybody will either farm the super credits or buy them. Because every new warbond's gonna feel amazing. I know the new MO is gonna be to push the automatons back, but realistically, even if the new MO is to push the automatons back, they need to ensure that hang on one second. Upgrading my tank factory. They need to ensure that they have a good storyline to go with it. If the storyline is boring and contains really weird orders that, you know, basically make people not want to play the game, that's not going to work out well for them either. This game does not have any FOMO, which is good, but only people who whine about FOMO are the hardcores. Every game needs FOMO. You need to make people feel like they're going to be missing out if they don't play your game right now. If they don't, you know, get on board right now and play your game and have a crazy good time doing it, you know, they're going to be missing out. This is the biggest problem. They don't have that. And while I respect them for choosing that pathway, I suppose, not exactly a good decision in my opinion. They need to actually have that so that players will feel like, okay, I'm valued. You know, and my time is valued. And any time that I don't spend here is wasted. FOMO will make them buy the others. Exactly. Exactly. No FOMO, no hype, no excitement. Close this hole, but an impact grenade ain't gonna cut it. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, you're right. We do use the Emancipator exosuit. In fact, double mech suit is one of the metas for Blitz and Eradicate missions on Terminus. It's actually one of the fastest ways to complete both. But the big problem is that you can only access both mech suits if you exploit a bug, which causes some really weird stuff to happen to your game. Like, I bugged out so badly once that I ended up in the hangar of my ship, which was really terrible. So yeah. So Super Earth Tactics, we use the mech suits mostly on Eradicate and Blitz for Terminus. That's about it. Oh lord, you degenerates. I'm seeing the degenerates in chat. I'm just ignoring them. I mean, Mick is an honored member, but I'm still ignoring him because goddamn, the degeneracy. No thank you. Huh. I wish that was the only bug that happened, but no, it was actually really bad. And when those bugs occur, the problem is that they crash your game so hard that some of the software in my PC actually crashed as well. I'm talking about like serious crashes. Like my USB port drivers crashed and had trouble starting up. So that's how bad their bugs are, and that's why I'm staying away. If only rolling back the servers were a thing. Give me a second, yeah? I gotta answer a work email, guys. You may talk amongst yourself, but don't be weird. I'll be right back, okay? Well, I'm still technically here, but I just wanna highlight a few things to you. Sorry, I just need to highlight a few things to these guys, so you just don't do anything weird while I'm gone. My PC didn't get court-martialed, thankfully, but damn, it was pretty close. Okay, give me a sec, guys. Talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm checking in to see if you guys have done anything weird. Yuri, you got punished so hard for figuring out how to get double mechs. You didn't get punished. I did, bro. Illuminates are definitely not ready. Well, maybe. I mean, we can always hope that they come back, but yeah. And lots of YouTubers been saying anything strong or fun is a bug or exploit. Now players been adopting this toxic behavior as well. It's shameful. Not really. I mean, the thing is that the double mechs, like, I'm not sure if you're referring to the double mechs, but the double mechs is actually it is actually causing bugs. So if you use the workaround that I posted on my YouTube channel, you can do it, but you are at risk of like borking your return to the ship, or you may experience other bugs and crashes. It can get pretty weird. So yeah. And dude, I don't know where our anti-tank mines are. I'm hoping that they finally give it to us. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. You're right, Yuri. The 6 crashes in the one stream. Yes. You're right. Dude, I love the black hole ambiance, not gonna lie. Right? They thought the crossbow needed a nerf. Okay, yeah. That's true. Okay, back to writing that email. Okay. Almost done with this email.
Announcement system test. Freedom. Democracy. Liberty. Independence. Manage democracy. Test complete.
Okay, I think they should have gotten the message there. Now, let me catch up on chat. The crossbow nerf was unnecessary. Absolutely. Absolutely it was. Difference in melee damage. Hold on. You had 3 hitting small bugs with your air burst equipped, but 2 hitting them with the senator. A difference in melee damage for pistol whipping sounds a bit wild, but I mean, maybe there is. I can't really determine that. There's no training room, but that is definitely interesting. Okay. Crossbow was mid day 1, and the only thing it was okay at was stealth. I mean, some people do play stealth, but definitely not me. Spread democracy with overpowered weapons. Let's hope that they change that, you know? With what's going on, it seems like devs believe the balancing is the gameplay or core loop of HD2. Yeah, there's another developer that believed in that, i.e. Darktide. The gameplay loop was fun, except that, you know, the game still only has its 4,000 players. You hope the next Warbond has armors leaked a while ago that looked like jungle or primal themed. Would be nice, would be nice. If, you know, that was the case, but we shall see. We shall see. It could be a difference in where you aim to hit, because maybe if you're hitting the enemy in a weak spot, it will take like 2 hits. Whereas if you hit the enemy in its body, it might take like 3 hits. I don't know. But yeah, the balancing team not properly testing the changes is also a separate issue, Crixus. I think that that is one of the other issues that has earned so much ire from the community, because a lot of stuff seems like it just sort of came out of the oven half-baked and unprepared, which I don't think was very good for them. But that being said, I think the main issue is not so much that it wasn't tested, but rather that things were being nerfed willy-nilly without an actual reasoning behind said nerf. It didn't feel like there was an actual compulsion or reason to have the nerf in the first place, because the nerf was just like, you know, weird. Like, it was just like, this thing seems overpowered. Like, why does it seem overpowered? Like, if we look at the railgun in its previous incarnation, it was good, but when you look at what came out later, it's just another tool in the arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I feel like they really overdid that, but yeah, wasn't a very good decision. I mean, to me anyway, but hey, that is how it is. That's the circle of life for these guys. Anybody else excited for Summer Game Fest? Any titles? I never follow things like that. To be honest, if something is good, the way that I check my games is that I'll be hearing all about it on social media. I know a lot of people don't like social media much, but I'll tell you one thing. Whenever something crazy good happens, or whenever something is like, you know, really looking forward to it, like when a lot of people are really looking forward to something, you hear about it on social media. It may not always be the right thing, but a lot of the time it's a very good gauge of interest. So I will wait and see what all the people start, you know, hooning about. Also, Chris's, have you accepted my friend request yet? And lol, Yuri got a screenshot of my timeout thing. I just saw that in Discord. Lol, because I was checking. Nice. And what do I think is necessary for the railgun to become good again? To be honest, I am currently of the mentality that they need to buff every weapon until it's completely OP. Meaning that I think that the railgun should be absolutely a one-shot for almost everything. And then we can make other ways to make the recoilless fun. But the railgun is ultimately a railgun. If they don't want to do it a one-shot mechanic, no problem. They can give it a penetration mechanic, i.e. it goes through the target. But that realist, if they want to keep the realism, if your shot is going through the target, it should pretty much kill it. So I don't know. They need to decide what they want this game to become. Savvy Gamer, I cannot validate that statement because I'm not sure, but if you find actual evidence of that, then, you know, sure, but I don't think any statement has been made where they prove that, so we cannot make untrue or unproven statements, because at that point we're just as bad. We're just throwing around accusations, which we don't want to be doing on this channel. Lol, ceremonial sword. Listen, the only thing that I would want, Brian Burt, is for me to be able to use my sword and deflect bullets, automaton bullets. If I can deflect automaton bullets and rockets, then they've got my vote for that sword. One second. Sorry, there's a long email chain that I'm trying to deal with in the background, since I don't have a major order anyway. And yeah, take your time, Crixus. You can log on anytime you need. Every gun needs to be as fun as the spear. Lol. Please no, Roland. Don't give them ideas. By nerfing Bile Titan's armor should help with the gun selection on the bug front. I don't think nerfing the enemies is the right way to go. Rather, Torrio, I think that it would be better if every gun does at least medium armor penetration as the basic. Then certain variants of guns can have heavy penetration. Some variants will have light armor penetration. I think that that is a better way to play the game. That way we are able to deal with all enemies reasonably well, you know? But they made low armor penetration the normal, which is not good. I understand why, but it's not good. Anti-material rifle should strip charges leg armor. Yes, I agree with that. You know? The spear still isn't fixed since day one. Well, they're working on it apparently, Yuri. You played too much Devil May Cry. Lol. I would love to have a full melee loadout, Brian, for Helldivers. I want to go around deflecting bullets, dashing in, killing them with a sword, but I know that won't happen. Still, we can always pray. Like maybe like if I were in charge, right? Here's what I would say. The sword can be very interesting, but the sword would be interesting if it had a mechanic so that like maybe it's got a certain power meter. Think like Diva from Overwatch or something. It's got a certain power meter and you can hold down the aim button to deflect bullets. Like you cannot deflect it back at the automatons, but you can't block them while advancing. So maybe you've got higher movement speed while the sword is equipped. It takes up a secondary slot, right? So you equip the sword, you've got a small meter that can help you deflect bullets and rockets, but it runs down and it recharges fairly quickly, but it also runs down fairly quickly. So you have to time your deflections. If you time your deflections well, you can charge in, slice the Devastator. Think like a Jedi, you know? Something like that would make the sword very fun and high risk, high reward, you know? You can use it as a shield in the right time with like certain timing, use it to get behind cover, things like that. Like it would be a very interesting way of playing the sword, you know? But I don't think they have melee in the first game. But either way, it doesn't matter what they had in the first game. I feel that a game that has like a first game or a prior incarnation, we should not be held back by that. We should only think what can be fun now. Because I'll tell you one thing, the whole reason that a lot of stuff in Darktide died was because some things were too faithful to Vermintide and a lot of things were not faithful to Vermintide, pissing off the hardcore, so they were pissed off on both ends. You know, this is why I feel that even if a game is a sequel, it should do its own thing. You know, if somebody says, well, it worked like this in game one, well, it's a different game now. You know, as long as the change is a positive one, it's okay. I don't think so, Savvy. Calling a weapon OP or meta puts a nerf target on it? No, I don't think so. And any dev, and if the devs are truly using that, then they better come out and say sorry, because that is a very silly way of doing things. Now, we know that Alexis did hate the idea of meta, but that is his problem. And his methodology has proven to have killed his own game. So there you go. I think that they will learn from their mistakes, because you cannot, like, we should not be prevented from using the words meta when meta simply stands for most effective tactics available. Those who use meta as a standard for toxicity are idiots. Most gamers use meta with the understanding that it simply stands for most effective tactics, i.e. these are the tactics that we apply in order to get shit done, you know? So for me, that will always be the meaning of meta. Therefore, I will never change my wording. I will call what is the most ideal thing meta, because that's what it is. I'll say meta or best or that kind of thing, you know, because we should not be restricted from using words. And I feel that anyone who would balance based on that is an idiot, you know? And like, they nerfed stuff that wasn't even meta in the first place. They nerfed the Eruptor, they nerfed the crossbow. Like, bro, come on. And then they buffed the Jar 5, which actually was already somewhat of a meta because it was pretty damn good. So, Actually, the opposite way, Terrio. Fighting automatons has less flexibility. Automatons just have more available metas than the Terminids do. Terminids tend to be pretty strict if you're going for meta, but if you were to use the stratagem roulette to randomize your loadout, you have more options with Terminids than you do with bots. All you really need on Terminids is one way of dealing with Bile Titans. That's it. The rest is fine. Well, Brian, yes, but they don't refer to a YouTuber for that. They have their own internal data where they nerf based on that, which is incorrect. You know, they should not be nerfing based on that. So I get where you're coming from. But again, the statement that was made was that they look at their internal data to see which has the highest pick rate, and then they adjust based on that, which is why they are doing so badly now, because things are popular for a reason. They should have adopted the mentality to buff everything to the higher extent. Okay, 1 second. Let me catch up with chat again. Prove that even with the roulette, we had 5 Battle Titans chasing us, we can deal. Yes, that is actually true. One of the weapons that suffer for no reason is the Slugger. Yes, this is the one. This is one that was not even a meta in many videos, but it just suffered for no reason. But I think it was because of the internal pick rates, you know? Buff everything that's useless up to where the popular weapons are. That is the right way, Brian. That is truly the right way, you know? And this was on stream, mind you. Yes, it was. It was. Is this the longest we've gone in between MOs? No, technically that we've gone even longer. Like, I think there's been one time when it was like 2-3 days without an MO. So, yeah. Yes, please do smash the like button if you like, but it's all good. And Abdul, you don't want to smash the like button? That's up to you, man. All right? You don't want to smash the like button? That's on you. I mean, if you don't want to smash the like button, but you're at my stream, then I can simply do this. Boom, 10-minute chat timeout. Yeah, no problem, Crixus. We're all relaxing here, so take your work calls, do whatever, answer your work emails. It's not like we got anything to do, you know? Well, I don't think they ever use videos to nerf Savvy Gamer. I think you should take that idea out of your head because it's really like, look, I don't like the changes that they've made, but we got to be fair. We have to be fair to them as well. All right? Even if we're very critical of them on my stream and stuff like that, even as somebody who's always critical of the actions that they take, I do not think that, you know, I do not think that we should make statements that are untrue. So factually speaking, I do know that they use the internal pick rates of weapons to nerf. This is factual. But we cannot say that they use YouTubers or videos or things like that to adjust things. Do these videos adjust the pick rates? We don't know. We don't have access to internal data. So I think we should probably not mention that. Because unfortunately, if we hold ourselves as a channel for truth and, you know, speaking this truth freely, we should also be fair to them in that unfair criticisms should probably be taken away. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to the washroom. But I will have my phone with me, so don't discuss anything sus, okay? I'll be with you guys on my phone even though I'm in the bathroom. All right? Don't be weird while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
When the imposter is us. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Keep a lookout. I hear a boomer. I hear a boomer. You hear that boomer? You hear that boomer?
Yeah, I am back. Savvy Gamer, you said you wonder if the buffs and nerfs have a different money cost. Like, is it cheaper to nerf? I don't think so. It's all coding. So I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay, time-wise, yes, it may cost more to buff because you have to think about each individual item and bring it up to the standard of like what it's supposed to be. But I don't believe it's like more expensive by a great deal or anything like that. Roland, what the hell? And yes, we're all just waiting for that. G1, it's true. But yeah, no, it can, in a sense, like you're not totally wrong. It can, in a sense, be more expensive to buff because you have to think about, like, okay, let's say the breaker is the most powerful weapon. Then you have to bring up everything to the breaker standard. So you'd have more items to code. Therefore, time-wise, it would cost the devs more. Time-wise. But that should be their duty, you know? Whereas a nerf is just nerfing down the breaker. So if you break it down into work hours, technically speaking, nerfing the overperforming item is usually easier than buffing. But the impact on your game is big. So I would not do that because you're sacrificing the future for an easier time now, you know? So, yeah. That is my honest answer for that. Okay, that should be fine. Whew. I saw it, Crixus. Thank you very much. Nerf talk aside, you would highly recommend running around with Senator. Lol, sure. You know what? Why don't I try that one of these days if I literally get so bored that I've got nothing else to do? Are reviving talk about DLSS because of number of enemies spawned recently? The number of enemies spawning has not really affected my game that much. It has on occasion, but not as much as people seem to think. So I don't know. For me, it's quite okay. Would be great if bots actually stopped falling into certain terrain and thus making them immortal turrets. It'd be nice if they also stopped, you know, phasing into terrain, or if we could stop phasing into terrain. I think that would actually be excellent. That. Oh, somebody commented about my 2-mech thing. I had to warn them that, you know, it causes bugs, unfortunately. It's so silly that it does, but I hope they fix that so that we can actually have 2 mechs. Hey, what's up, Big Ner? What wouldn't be surprising if the developers are being quiet because the Illuminator coming and they've been working hard on them? We shall see, cool gamers. That would be the ultimate, you know, that'll be the ultimate, like, I think, happy moment for all of us. If they really have been quiet because they're working on the Illuminate and are gonna release them plus do the weapon balancing, then I'd say fair enough. That would be a big win, and I'm talking like massive win. You know, that would be a really big win, and I'd be very happy with that. You know, it would be one way that they could really get a lot of goodwill right now. You know, and sure, it may reek of hopium, but hey, I think we're all hoping the same thing, Roland. You know, I think that if they did that, that'd be really cool, and it would genuinely be quite a powerful way of showing, I guess, the goodwill to the community. So to me, that one's a big one. That one's a very big one, and if they were to do it that way, yeah, they would be in a very good situation, and quite frankly, they would get a lot of attention for doing it. So we can hope, we can pray, we can slay.
The hour of our next victory rapidly approaches. Let us cleanse
Man,
the galaxy
we still got
of
no
alien
orders?
scum.
Damn. Guess we're gonna have to wait for tomorrow night to get orders. You know what? I think maybe tomorrow. Hang on 1 second. I think maybe tomorrow because we don't know when the order's coming, the new major order's coming. Maybe tomorrow, I'm thinking I'll start my day, I'll play some Diablo 4 in the morning. Have some fun with that. I've been dying to test out a druid build for a while. I don't really want to play Darktide tomorrow. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I don't think Darktide would be a good option. Diablo 4 is probably a better option. So I might relax tomorrow, play some Diablo 4 in the morning. You think the new order's coming in an hour? Well, we'll still technically be here in an hour, so yes. Join the Skaven? No thanks. I might play D4 in the morning. Yeah, I might do a druid build. In fact, let me go look up druid builds right now. I'll just go on Icy Veins and find out what they use. Icy Veins! Because I already started my Barbarian series with the Barbarian build that I was working, so yep. Okay, Druid, what do they have? Druid leveling builds. They have a companion Druid leveling build? No way. No way they have a companion Druid leveling build. That's pretty crazy. Why is there even a wolf companion endgame build? What? That's pretty interesting. Okay, guess I'll try a nice little shred druid, or maybe I won't play druid. I don't know. Maybe a sorcerer. I could play a sorcerer. Focus on Vernon Wells now. I mean, you can if you want to, but you're not gonna get any bonus for it, Spliffus. So just in case you did not know, the Vernon Wells bonus is lost forever, and the devs have confirmed that. So even if we get it back, we're not actually going to be able to do anything with it. So I'm just gonna be real with you. There's nothing there for us. Some people might want to go back there, but I personally don't. So yeah, I mean, if you really want it, you can go for it, but I'm personally not going in there because there's no sense in me doing that for the current time being. A new trailer for Venom? Jesus. Wolf NATO is fire? It used to be, but I don't know. I'm not really seeing that as one of the builds here for leveling. The only thing I can think of is like a companion druid build for leveling, but I've seen that before and it's not great, or at least it wasn't, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'll try a companion druid build for leveling, you know? Let's see if this is worth anything. Yeah, that could be fun. That could be fun. I just want to see the ideas. Yeah, that or a pulverized druid, but you know, they've always favored this pulverized druid, and yet it's never been that good. But you know what? Maybe I'll try it. I'll try it since this is supposed to be an A tier leveling build. I'll try it tomorrow and let you guys know. No, Super Savage God, Aesir Pass also has a bonus. So if Aesir Pass, just in case you guys want to see it, if Aesir Pass is ever attacked, we'll have to defend that. So I'll just show you. Aesir Pass is the other one. On Automaton's side, it's Vernon Wells and Aesir Pass. These two are where the sea facilities are.
Innocents perish with every wasted second.
So those two are the main areas where there's bonus for liberation. If we don't hold those two, then we're screwed. But Vernon Wells was lost early on into the Second Galactic War, and the sea facilities there are totally destroyed. So yeah. You can hope for that, Miklos, in terms of a new movie. Illuminate are weak to fire. Well, you know, that'd be cool if the Breaker Incendiary was effective against them. Funnily enough, the Breaker Incendiary is pretty effective against automatons too. This is a good stream. I'm glad you like it, King Tuto, because quite frankly, I have done nothing important for you guys. I have literally just sat here and talked to you guys. And that has been my whole stream today, which I don't mind, but you know, it's like, if you're sure. But thank you guys, you know. Thank you guys for enjoying me sitting here and just chatting. And, you know, that I'm okay with. Yes, Aesir Pass needs to be defended if they attack it. If. And Brian Bird, is Diablo 4 good now? In my opinion, it's been doing well in Season 4, but maybe you can tune into tomorrow's stream and find out, because I will be playing it myself live on stream tomorrow, and I'll see how it goes. So, yeah. Oh, they even talk about spirit boons. I like it. Delicious. This will probably turn me into a tornado druid. At least based on what I'm seeing, I will probably end up becoming a tornado druid at some point, which is interesting enough to me. I don't mind that. Yeah, I'll probably focus on leveling that way. Necromancer does have 2 cool builds as well, so that's nice. You get a bad feeling you're gonna be let down by the patch. No, don't let the hopium die. Do not let the hopium die. Not yet. Not yet, Bake. You know? But if it does, if it's not what we're expecting, then people are just gonna move. Dude, I could get my last epoch spin attack back, but like I'd have to make a whirlwind barb, and whirlwind barb is not for leveling. Currently I'm using the upheaval barb. It's actually really fun, you know? And tornado doesn't exactly whirl. The only thing like that whirls is whirlwind. But I might make a whirlwind barb at some point. Yep, it does feel pretty good. I know Necro is currently the top for the season for sure. I'm definitely going to be checking that out as well at some point. But yeah, we'll have to see when the Illuminate come. There's no clear indication if it's now or in the immediate future. And King Totu, Twinbeard said it won't be a big patch. Well, he better be wrong, because it better be the biggest damn patch in history. I tell you, they're not going to get a lot of goodwill back. And with the first Descendant being announced next week as well, the final release date, it's going to be like a countdown, I guess, for Helldivers 2. That's how I feel about it, personally. I feel that if the patch next week is not the biggest one, it's going to be bad. Yeah, you can actually just get it on PC Game Pass. It's fully crossplay, so you should have no troubles at all. Game is bugging your ports. Yeah, that happens if you use the double mech stratagem or if you cause some of the other bugs in the game, Noel. So that happened to me as well. Yeah, that's actually the reason I stopped using double mech. So verifying files won't help. You have to reinstall the drivers on your ports. Once you reinstall the drivers on your ports, uninstall, reinstall the game, you'll be fine. Well, I'm sure it won't crumble to nothing, to be fair. Although I do agree with the sentiment. But if the next one is not good, a lot of people are going to finally just take a break. They're going to make the decision to take a break and stop. And I think that will be a bit of a death sentence in the short term. Can they recover in future? Yes, but it's going to take some pretty significant stuff. Because once the streamers start giving up, that's when it actually gets bad. I mean, same thing with Dark Tide. Like, you can't get momentum if you're not willing to get streamers in to, like, stream your game. If the streamers aren't like fully locked in and saying, okay, you know, we're gonna do this. One of the reasons why Helldivers initially had so many players was because so many streamers were streaming it. So many people were streaming the game, having fun and having a good time, that there was just a lot of activity on YouTube. Now, nowadays, even on social media like Twitter, I just don't see as much, you know, action about the game. I don't see like a lot of people saying, you know, like, this game's the greatest, you know, we should be playing this game. Nah, you just don't see that. And you see less interaction on social media as well. Used to be that as soon as like the initial one came, like anything happened in game, right, those meme accounts would get like so many clicks on their content, but now it's like slowed down a lot. So yeah. How do you reinstall drivers? Each PC is different, but you have to, like, for example, for my USB drivers, for me, I would suggest going to a tech channel and finding that out, Noel, because the tech channel will be able to help you more than me. Because again, if I give you advice and then you take that and then it goes badly for you, I can't be held responsible. So I will not be giving any advice with regards to that, but I was just Googling it or searching for a tech channel. But for me, all I had to do was I went to my device manager and I just reinstalled my drivers from there. But my device manager allows me to do that. So yeah. First Senate is definitely cool. That is true. You do get to shoot the boss in the titties. At least you still watch the content, Savvy Gamer. That's nice. Yeah, everybody wants to be a content creator, Brian Burt, but I'll tell you, being a content creator is one of the toughest jobs in history. Your income's not secure, and like right now, like this month, I tell you, this coming month, well, May is actually quite okay, but June, oh my god, June is gonna hurt for rent money so badly. I'm gonna have to live with it, but god, I'm telling you, it's hurting for rent money already. That's the thing that sucks the most. Because for 2 months, I not only had rent money, but extra money to spend. Now, I was lucky I didn't spend it all, because I know in this game, one thing that's good today is gonna suck ass tomorrow. And lo and behold, they proved me correct. I hate being right. I mean, I'm always right, but I hate being right. You know, it just sucks. It sucks when you're right about things like that. So being a content creator, think about it. How many people other than the people who are my palos, you know, have super chatted this one? Like supporters like Crixus and BVS who consistently support. Nobody else has super chatted or given donations this stream. Not that I'm griping about that, you know, like I'm okay with that. I know how hard money is to earn, so I'm not expecting that. But this is how tough it is. This is how tough it is to earn money as a creator. It's like, you know, people earn their money. They themselves want to save their money. They're not going to spend it on a streamer. So the only way that streamers can get the ball rolling or get the rent is when you got a lot of viewership going, you know? That way you get paid through the ads. But when a game does stupid shit like this and it goes from being like a 200, 300 viewer stream to like 90 to 100, oh man, it hurts. Oh man, it hurts. Over half my income got wiped out just like that. That's what sucks. So I'll tell you one thing, you ever consider becoming a content creator? First of all, you better be damn good. I really recommend to anybody trying, make sure you keep your job first. You're gonna need about 3 years, 4 years to start getting good. 3 years and 4 years of making videos, doing streams occasionally. You don't have to stream every day like me because I'm a full-timer, but you know, like on average, you're gonna want to start doing the content, get used to, you know, having that extra work schedule. Because after that, for the next 3 years, after you go full-time, you're gonna be working your ass off. Likes do help, but only in the sense that, like, let's say 100 people watch the stream, right? And you get 100 likes from those people. It tells YouTube that people are enjoying the stream. So does it give you revenue? No. But does it sort of help the creator? Yes. Over the long term, it does help. But realistically, the best help is you got spare change you want to throw at me, throw it at me. That usually helps the most. Because super chats also generate engagement. Each of these things on YouTube generates an engagement factor. Likes are the best free factor, but a paid factor will always be greater than a free factor. I'll be real about that. So when you have a free factor, like a like, it does help. But ultimately, the paid factors help the most. And growing a community from scratch is no easy task. Not at all. You're right. I mean, that's why like shifting games is also hard. Like, I would love to be one of those streamers that, you know, this game's boring, I'll play something else tomorrow, and everybody comes along with me. That's never gonna happen. Most people are gonna be like, I'm not interested in this content, so I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not interested in that content, so I'm not gonna watch this. You know, that kind of thing. Like, tomorrow I might do some Diablo 4, but that's because I've got no choice, and there's no point in me streaming Helldivers when there's nothing to stream. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll wait till there's a new major order. I'm expecting a new major order maybe tomorrow night, but if there's no new major order tomorrow night, then there's also nothing for us to do. I wouldn't say it feels really good, Cool Gamer. I'm glad you like it, but to me it's just another regular weapon. I know, Peter, I know. Many people did. And it's such a shame, because I'd love to stream some Darktide, but there's no point in me streaming some Darktide right now because the player count is so balls to the walls low. By the way, Miklos, I appreciate the discussion, but please remember, do not name other creators on my stream no matter what. This is a policy we've had forever. I'm going to remove that message, but this is one of the policies we have because if we are speaking of them in a positive light, it can create drama, or somebody will try and clip something or create something. Don't even give anybody any room to talk. Also, with regards to that, Roland, I'm gonna have to remove that message. It can be construed as sexist, and we do not want to say that. Regardless of how I feel about, you know, certain streamers that abuse those things, like titty streamers, we cannot make certain statements on YouTube just for our own safety. You know, we don't want to be labeled as a community that, you know, talks down to people. And remember, it's 2024. People take, you know, things out of context all the time. So let's just be safe, you know, let's be safe. And whatever opinions we have, you know, or we may hold in private, we talk them in private, you know. But when we are out here in public, we should keep to the most generally acceptable, you know. Listen, this is just a smart policy that keeps you safe. You just don't want to have drama and stuff. Like, when you shoot the shit with your friends, it's very different. But in a public space, we should, you know, keep things tight. Avoids drama, avoids everything. You know, that's why I don't talk about other creators by name. I do not mention them. I do not relate to them. You know, I let them talk if they want to talk, but I don't talk. You know, I talk about this game. I talk with you guys. That's the end of my interaction. I'll tell you, it's not worth the trouble. It's never worth the trouble. It's all good, Roland. I understand. Nothing malicious meant. You know, we just staying safe. And listen, Brian, thank you for lurking wherever you like. Any upcoming games I'm looking forward to streaming? The First Descendant's big. The First Descendant is one that I'm gonna really like. And Space Marine 2. Now, I'm hoping this First Descendant won't be a flop, because a lot of people don't like the fact that Nexon is behind it. But the fact that it's releasing on all platforms gives it a pretty serious chance. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Space Marine 2 has both co-op and PvP. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to play around during the test, Wes. I really had a lot of fun. So that one was pretty good, and I enjoyed myself, and I'm looking forward to streaming and creating content on that one. I think it's going to be a good game. But they still have to make some other stuff possible for that. So I'll wait and see what changes they make. Single player games? No. I rarely have any free time, so I rarely play any single player games. Occasionally I may stream a single player game, like when I'm hanging with my girl or vegging out, I might do that, but rarely. Yeah, the First Descendant is coming out on all platforms. All platforms. Yeah, fair enough, Miklos. I can understand that. And look, the game may end up becoming another Helldivers 2, but I'm gonna give it a chance, and I think that if they learn quickly, it might not go that badly. But a lot of people are waiting for the Power Fantasy, so it's definitely gonna be something we all play. because a lot of us came from Dark Tide as well, and Space Marine 2 will fix our Dark Tide itch. Is there a price for Space Marine 2? I believe you can. I believe there is. Hey, Kazi. If you're talking about the First Descendant, there's no price. The First Descendant's free to play. That's also why it's going to be big. So if you want to check it out, this is the website. But yes, hi Kaz, hi. How you doing? First Descendant is available on every single platform. Steam, PS5, PS4, Xbox X and S series, Xbox One. It will not be available on Switch because Nintendo they're not gonna downgrade their graphics for that shit. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm just sitting and chatting here, but yeah, First Descendant is totally free. So if any of you are interested, there's the website right there. I would suggest wishlisting it, and then you can go from there. But the 7th of June is when they're going to announce when the release date will be, so it's coming soon. I think that first and foremost, Savvy Gamer, they should start copying how Warframe does PvE. Talking about this game. If we talk about Space Marine 2, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, listen. You know, Brian, the thing that First Descendant is doing well is that they have made me an official creator. And as one of the official creators, I have a very simple policy. I don't give a damn what the devs want or what they feel. I will always be honest with my audience, and I'll always tell my audience, is this how this works? Yes. Is that not how this works? Then if that's not how this works, then I will say no. You know, I'm a very straightforward person. So, if the First Descendant does badly on monetization, you can bet your ass I will tell you guys, okay, here's the tea. This is pretty bad on the monetization front. Why is it bad? Etc. etc. And that feedback is going to go straight to the devs right away. That is what I will do, and that is what I will say. That's what I'll say straight, because I will never lie to you guys about that. That being said, I will also be fair. If something I feel is, like, for example, a lot of people at the start of this game tried to talk about pay to win, right? And I said, no, you can earn the currency in this game for free. It's not pay to win. And even today, despite the fact that the recent 2 war bonds have sucked and they've screwed us over on the recent 2 war bonds, I'll still say it's not pay to win. And I'll still defend that point because the truth must always be defended. So it always goes both ways. Your birthday's tomorrow? Good, happy birthday in advance to you. What is the role of an official creator? Official creators basically, okay, realistically speaking, we're part of the creator program, which may mean, now it's not guaranteed, that we may have access to certain things beforehand, or that we may get certain missions that we can get rewarded for in exchange for a certain number of stream hours, or in exchange for specific types of videos, things like that. Creator programs tend to vary depending on the devs, so I don't know what they'll organize for us, but usually Nexon creator programs are pretty decent. But we'll see what they organize. I have no clue for now. I've only done 1 mission for them. The rest of it is of my own volition. But official creators also, I like having the title. It's like having a little noble plaque. You know, I can go around saying I'm a noble, so worship me. You know? I think First Descendant going overboard with the microtransactions are perfectly fine. You know, as long as they don't impact the gameplay too much. That's the key thing. As long as they don't impact the gameplay, I'll be satisfied. And for First Descendant, I love skins in games, so I'll definitely be buying skins for some of my favorite Descendants. But we'll have to see the price. I want to see the price of the battle pass, and I want to see the price of the currency in the game. If the currency is too expensive, that's gonna go out the window straight away. So they're gonna have to tread very carefully. If they're smart, they're gonna make the battle pass very cheap, and they're gonna make the currency widely available. But yeah, that'll be fun, I think. Of course I'm Ruthless Leon. I don't pull my punches for anybody or anything. Punches shall never be pulled. I am that sort of man. S4 League? I have no idea what that is. Fair enough. Nope. Never played that. Well, that's pretty much what the First Descendant has, Savvy Gamer. That is literally exactly what the First Descendant has, because that's how it works. You get mods, you level them up, and off you go. The technical test was very limited, but it was nice to see so many people coming in for it, since it was just to test the limits of Steam, and they have made some serious improvements. So the announcement date is coming on the 7th. I can't wait. Of course, Savvy Gamer, that's why I'm asking you, why weren't you there when we were doing the technical test, huh? Why did you miss out? Why did you miss out? Yeah? If you like me as a creator, you can trust me on one thing. I'll only bring you the best games. That's why you should always watch what I stream. Because even if you're not interested in it, I may show you a different side to it. I may show you the real Asian robot side to it. And I'm always honest. I don't play things that are boring. Like Last Epoch was great, but unfortunately, they made it boring because the first season was a bit too tough. They made the same mistake Diablo did, even though they had an even better launch. They had a crazy good launch, but the first season was too boring. So second season, they're looking to do better, and I think they will. I respect that. But good games always work hand in hand with good creators. If you don't work with creators, well, things go badly. I have no idea what Bloodlines is, but that sounds rough. The one thing that I do agree with that statement, though, is that yes, there must be no walls for a true free-to-play game. You know, there must be no walls. It's why Destiny 2 calls itself free-to-play, but you need to buy all the DLC to keep up with it. No, that's not fun, and I disagree with that. No matter how cool it might be to play Destiny, there's no way that the average person can keep up with it. So, yeah, that is not happening. And it's one of the biggest reasons why I have such a problem with Destiny 2. Yeah, sure, I get that it's a cool game, lots of fun, but why am I paying through my nose for that sort of thing? Like, that's not what I want, you know? That'll never be what I want. Savvy Gamer sleeping? That sounds like weakness to me. You must always attend streams, and you must watch the streams so much that your eyeballs pop out. Failure to do so is just uncool, bro. If you didn't die while watching me, are you really a gamer? Are you really? Gotta think about that. You must watch me so much that you explode into like gigantic frothing bowls of blood or something like that. Either way, I have to say it's been a nice night chatting with you all. You know, nothing but literal black hole vibes, talking with you guys, having a good day. It's been nice. It's been very nice. So thank you all. Thank you all for being a part of this. It's like I said, it's a bit of a shame that there's no major order yet, but that's okay. You know, we'll take a bit of a breather tomorrow, and then in the evening, we can hope for another major order tomorrow. But yeah, I'll play some Diablo in the morning, and then in the evening I'll play some Helldivers 2 and pray for a new major order. You can always pray for that. Ew, another sun egg. Oh, okay, wait, let me sell this sun egg. I don't want another sun egg. I've gotten like 6 sun eggs right now, bro. Every hour I hope for a new egg, but all I got is another sun egg. And somebody actually bought one of my eggs, so I earned like 1 cent. 1 cent went into my Steam wallet. So whatever I purchased is now 1 cent off. I mean, I guess a lot of people feel that way. Like I myself, I mostly just play when there's a major order out. So when there's no major order, I'm like, sad. Listen, Roland, if you sleep and have my stream on in the background, I'd be super happy. That'll get me revenue. As long as the ads are on, that would get me revenue, so I'd be happy enough. You're getting brain rot from gacha games, but listening to my stream and balancing it out, hey, I can't blame you for that. Well, I don't even know what Bloodlines is, so... No skin off my back. There's a game on Steam just called Egg. All you do in Egg is you just leave it running. And every hour... YouTube Premium. That's even better. Thank you. You can just leave my streams playing forever and I'd be happy. YouTube... How Egg works is you just download it and open it up. That's it. You can click on the egg if you want, and it'll add to the total number of clicks you've ever done. But that's all you really have to do. Just open up Egg, and that's it. And then you just chill, and every hour that you leave Egg open, you'll get an egg. And there's a bunch of different types of eggs. Like right now, I've got the sun. Let's take it. You know what? Let's take a screenshot and show you guys my eggs. So right now, these are the eggs that I have. Let me just add the image to the stream. Add image 6. Go take from screenshot here. Blah 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 blah. Scroll down. Egg. There we are. So these are the eggs that I own right now in the game. And it's not even a game. It doesn't, like, you don't even do anything in game. So I've got the Pepe egg up there. Then I got the cool egg, the summer egg. That's the meteor egg, the sun egg, an egg, a scientific egg, the cow egg, the duck egg, also known as the Dolan egg, explosive egg, the spooky egg, the Finding Nemo egg, the Jules egg, the happy egg, and the 4chan egg. So that's all I've collected so far. The rest I keep getting are dupes mostly. In that case, Miklos, leave my stuff playing forever and I'll be happy. Because I get money from YouTube Premium anyway. I don't know what all the eggs are, so yeah, I'm literally just waiting every hour to get a new egg. And that's what I do. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. I sit, chill, chat, play other games or whatever, or I just leave it running and I get eggs. So I don't know what kind of eggs there are, but yeah. So far, those 15 eggs are the eggs that I found. I also play banana. Banana's the same thing. But banana's a bit different, I guess, because for banana, what I do is I open it up I just open it up occasionally and I'll click once. And if you don't get a banana when you click, then it's not your time yet, because the time to getting a banana is random. It's between 3 to 18 hours. So you could get one in 18 hours or you could get one every 3 hours. You never know. I just got a pandanana, actually. So that's a panda banana. I'm going to sell that for 1 cent, because all of these are only worth 1 cent anyway. So now if somebody buys my pandanana, I get 1 cent in my Steam wallet. So please do not try to download these games to try and earn money, okay? First of all, it's only going to go into your Steam wallet, so it's not real cash. And most importantly, it's just for fun, so yeah. So that's all it is. And now, like, I've been asked the question multiple times. In fact, I think even Kaz asked me the question yesterday. She's like, what is egg? Because she saw me just like playing egg. So yeah, it's free on Steam. Just download it and off you go. You just download egg and there you go. And quick reply to my potential sponsor as well. I'm desperate for income right now, so working hard to get sponsored by somebody. Kaz, you wish it was an actual game? It is an actual game, technically speaking. Okay, wait, guys. All right, hold on. I'm gonna show you egg right now. Okay, hold up. Egg. Does it work? Okay, no, it doesn't work. Okay, that's creepy. Let's not do that. Can I capture? Let me just add game capture 2. Capture specific window. What if I capture the egg window? Will it work? Oh, it does work. Okay, so this is egg. Guys, this is egg. So it is technically a game, but there's nothing that you do in the game. So this is just for Kaz, all right? The game itself does nothing. No, it's not Raid Shadow Legends. If it was Raid Shadow Legends, I'd be over the moon because they pay a lot. But no. I told Raid Shadow Legends I've got a price. This is a much smaller advertising deal, but it's still okay. It's good for me to start out. But yeah, so this is Egg, right? And of course the top person who's played Egg is this Chinese guy who's clicked 21 trillion times or something. But all you do is you just click. You just click on this egg and it'll tell you how many clicks you've done. That's all egg is. The clicks don't have any effect on the collection of eggs. Realistically, in order to collect eggs, all you have to do is just leave the game open. You don't even have to click, and you will collect eggs every hour. But if you feel bored and you have nothing better to do, you can literally just keep clicking on the egg if you want to. And it'll rain pineapples down, and you can collect pineapples as part of the summer event. Yes, this game has a summer event. So this is egg, ladies and gents. I introduce you to the egg. Eggo. Eggy. So this is it. That's what egg is. Anyway, Kaz, there you go. And that's if that's the kind of weird shit you like, you can download Steam and you can download egg and open it up. And you can click. And that's it. Auto clicker egg meta? Yes. Basically, all the top people in eggs just use an auto clicker. I just don't understand why, but okay. You know, if they really want to be top on an egg leaderboard that has no impact on anything, then sure. Yeah, I don't think we're getting a new MO tonight, which is why tomorrow morning I'll probably stream some Diablo 4. Play a druid or something. You know, run around, but I don't think we're getting a... Yeah, you're right. I don't think we're getting a new MO tonight. Well, that's okay. I'll probably end stream in about 10 minutes and go veg out with Kaz for a little bit. And no point in me just sitting here. I mean, you guys have chatted with me long enough, and honestly, I appreciate the company, and it's been a good time. I just wish there was something better, but it is what it is. You know, tomorrow maybe I'll do some more shenanigans, but tonight I'll probably just end stream a bit early, chill, click my egg. You know, that's literally all I'm planning on doing. It was a nice stream. Like, honestly, I don't mind chatting and just chilling with you guys and just talking shit. Like, but... Oh, we'll watch whatever you want, Cass. If you're in the mood for some shitty horror, we'll do some shitty horror. We can decide after stream. Come, why don't you come say hi to chat? For the last, like, 9 minutes of stream. Come say hi to chat. We can talk shit. Come, Cass, come. I summon you to my room. Come. Yeah, we can put it on, I guess. Sure. Anyway, come into my voice room. Hey, no problem, man. I love the chill vibes. I love hanging out with you guys and just having the chill vibes. It's not bad once in a while, but like, if I have to do this too often, then I tell you, it tells me that the game doesn't know what's going on, and that's no good. You know, I hope that you know, they turn things around. Next week is the big decision for them, you know? It's the big decision day. They'll have to make the decision. The decision.
I have spawned.
Hey, congrats on spawning. Twilight, huh? Okay.
Hi, fam.
This is, ladies and gents, this is Kaz.
Hi.
She is the lady that I like a lot. Although occasionally she gets caught up with the crocheting and may unintentionally ignore me. Ain't that right? Ain't that right?
And by the way, you like a lot?
Yeah, that I like a lot.
Excuse me?
Not sure that she likes me back though. Excuse you? Excuse you? Oh, you want the other L word? You want the other L word?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
I'll think about it. Nah, of course I love her. There you go.
Yeah.
But she
Love
ignores
you
me anyway.
too.
No, she doesn't. Don't listen to her. Doesn't like
Don't
me.
mean to ignore.
No,
There's a lot of counting in crochet. I have to concentrate.
No. 100% ignored, bruh. I just sit there and get ignored and emotionally traumatized. Ozzy, what the hell kind of question is that? This lady is happy with my fast fingers. I mean, look, I type really fast, but does not mean anything otherwise. Okay?
Hi, everyone.
Now, she may or may not be happy with my fast fingers. We shall decide at some time in the future.
I am absolutely delighted with his fast fingers.
Sure you are. Sure you are. But you know, she's too fast with her own fingers doing the crocheting and ignoring me. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? I'm so salty over it. I'm so salty that I won't watch Twilight.
You will watch Twilight.
No, I'll watch something else with you.
No, you have escaped watching Twilight for 4.5 years. No, it's time.
No, I'm not watching Twilight. We're watching Late Night with the Devil.
You already said yes to Twilight, so it's tough.
Fine. Whatever. Yeah, I guess.
No, we can watch whatever. I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank God I don't want to have to watch Twilight. I'd rather watch Dune again with you.
Oh, we could watch Dune, actually.
Nah, I was thinking of saving that for Sunday because it'll be 2 movies back to back. We'll marathon it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because have the pair of them. Yeah, okay.
And since
Yeah,
you already
that's
know the story of Spider-Man, I was actually thinking I'll put that on. You know, the new one with Miles Morales. You can check that out.
I'd kind of prefer to watch one of those horrors.
Okay, sure. We can do that.
Yeah.
What's with every girl wanting to watch Twilight? I don't know. She says it's good. Like, I'm willing
No,
to get...
no. Rephrase that. I never said it was good. However, I feel like Twilight is. Look, I read the books when they first came out, so I have a little bit of an affinity towards them. However, the movies are shockingly bad, which makes them hilariously good. That's the way I view Twilight.
Okay. I'm glad you're letting me escape that tonight. Okay, we'll watch the shitty horrors instead. I'd rather do that. And Brian Burt says his grandma crochets. It's very, very meticulous work. You deserve watching Twilight as punishment for insinuating crocheting is a serious business. How about no?
Thank you. Brian, you are now my new bestie.
Lol. New bestie. Okay, so what's my role then? Wow. Don't even pay attention to my texts, and then like I don't even get the bestie. No. I want all the roles. They're all mine. All the roles are mine. And you take that back.
I take it back.
Damn right you do. After ignoring me every day.
You're secretly my bestie now.
Well, okay, that's it. Time to search for a new wife. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, this guy right here, you know, this guy. Yeah, you know, you just wait. Mom's probably gonna arrange some random Indian lady from India, you know, and I'm gonna have to marry her, just like Zeno.
That'll be my look anyway.
Yep. It's okay, all right. I'll arrange for you to stay in the house. Anyway.
I'll become Gollum and live under the floorboards or something.
Okay. Acceptable.
I'll
Yes.
just stay under the floorboards crocheting all day, every day.
Lol, and not replying to text.
Show me. And I only get to spawn on Sundays when it's movie day.
Lol. Now, we will figure out a proper solution. Oh crap! I got another duck egg. Hang on, let me sell this for 3 cents, so I get 1 cent. Bye, duck egg. I don't keep any dupes. How do we manage long distance? By making time for each other. That's what we do.
Yes.
That and watching shitty stuff on Sunday. Or some stuff is good, but some stuff is really shitty. Like there's one time I watched this
Yeah,
Thai
like-
martial arts movie with her. It's the most annoying thing we ever watched, and we
my
wasted 2 hours of our life on that crap.
Never get it back.
And it was so bad. And like,
Yeah.
you remember the lady that like we couldn't understand because her whole voice was just the entire time. It sounded like a fucking, you know, bleep. Dr. Love is now streaming. Roland, just on the off chance, like I said, if that is another creator, I'm gonna have to remove that message, buddy. You shouldn't be mentioning other creators.
You, bro. I think he means you.
If he means me, it's okay, but like, you know, just gotta be careful because I'm pretty sure there is a creator out there called Dr. Love. Just gotta be careful. You mention anybody, you know, it's gotta. We, like you said, our policy here is we just don't mention anybody I name because people take everything out of context in 2024 and they start all sorts of shitty drama just to get clicks. You know what? This morning, Dauntless people still came by. It's been 2 freaking years and they still came by this morning. Oh, that's okay, Roland. Yeah, no, just in case, just in case though. Because I'm pretty sure I know a guy called Dr. Love. I actually know him, and I'm pretty sure he also makes content for FPS games, something like that. I know him from somewhere, and he's actually bigger than me, as far as I remember.
There's no one bigger than you.
Dick-wise, no, but content-wise, yes.
Yeah, you have the biggest 3-inch wonder cannon.
Yep. How often do we see each other? We prefer not to
Not
disclose
often enough.
that, but not often enough.
Yeah,
for
not
sure.
often enough.
My Asian accent's starting to show. Listen, I want my Asian accent to show. I show my Asian accent right now, okay? I tell you, last time I used Asian accent on stream, okay, you know what happened? My social credit score goes straight in the toilet. They say, Big Daddy Xi Jinping, he come to my stream, he say, why are you streaming in this accent? I told you, go stream in American accent, make all those American people love China. Why they don't want to love China now, huh? Why are you streaming in Asian accent? Asian accent not funny. And then, you know, my social credit score go down. I can't buy a house anymore. Nah, it's all good. It's all good, no.
Okay.
We understand, but there's some things we prefer not to disclose, that's all. Okay? So it's all good, brother. Ain't nothing bad. So yeah, this is why I don't do the Asian accent on stream. You know, I gotta have the American accent instead, because I don't want my social credit score to like keep going down. You know, I gotta boost that shit. Get a house. You know how difficult it is to get a house in China? Hella difficult, man. Hella difficult. You only get a house if you're like John Cena. And if you enjoy Bing Chilling. Alright. Also, hey, Kaz, Inktails agreed to the thing, so they asked me to make an ad for them.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. Nice.
Yep. Yes, I finally got my first sort of sponsor deal. Yay. It's a little bit of money, extra money in the bank account. It'll help with rent. Do a robot accent instead.
I think it's a pretty good the word.
Starter. It's a starter pack. Starter
No,
Pokemon.
that's no. Yeah, well, true. No, don't get me started on Pokemon. It's a really good service, I guess,
Yeah.
for what it is, because, like we were talking about, like that would be something that I'd be like, oh, let me have a look at it. Like it's quite universal. I guess.
It is. Just for those that want details, so my sponsor deal will be for a Chinese web novel website. It's actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna be frank with you, some of the machine translations are not that good, but some are actually still pretty good to read even in English.
But they're so bad. Again, they're funny. Like it's worth the read. Like we were reading it yesterday. So good. It was so good.
Yep, and we might actually, like, with their approval, I might release some videos of myself reading some of the stories, so it might be pretty interesting for you guys, but I'll see if they approve that. First, they want me to do an advertisement, so we'll work with that, but somebody asked for a robot voice. Okay, I will try and give you one using a voice effect synthesizer, alright? It'll only work temporarily, but it should sound like this.
This is my robot voice, so I hope you guys will enjoy it.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Enjoy. It is in Mandarin, yes. Yes. But like their website, like what they want me to advertise for is the English side. So, yes. I'll let you guys know more in Discord. The Discord will have a bit of early info access once everything is approved, but the first steps have been taken, so I will be proceeding with that. So, thank you all. I think it has been a lovely stream today. I will end now and go watch some terrible, terrible horror movies with Kaz. Okay? But I'm glad I could make you laugh with my Chinese accent, okay? I'm glad you guys like to hear my proper, authentic Asian Chinese accent. Okay, maybe someday I invite you to my noodle shop. I show you my special noodle technique. We'll probably get a major order tomorrow, Elmac. But it's okay. In the morning, I'll play some Diablo 4, and tomorrow night, you know, I'll stream some Helldivers 2, you know, see if there's a new major order. Don't worry, tomorrow I won't do chatting and I won't stare into a black hole. I'll actually go and do some proper stuff. And you couldn't understand a thing coming out of my mouth? That's okay, Roland. That's okay. Alright. Thank you all very much. I will not see you tomorrow morning, but I'll see you tomorrow evening. Alright, tomorrow morning I expect all of you here for Diablo 4. And if you don't come for Diablo 4, I will cry. Okay? Okay. Alright. Thank you all very much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, fam.
Bye.